Hey, good afternoon. This is Bob from Trade Genius. I want to start a series called Trading Tips, and I'll tell you what you're supposed to do, what is normal to do, and actually what I did do. And that way you can kind of see and learn and grow, and then also see that, you know, I'm not perfect and you make mistakes as well. But today I'm going to start with today's trade. And what was interesting about today was that they gapped it up right away after the market closed for the regular trading hours, and it put it inside the range here in the low end was around 2083. And if you're just a regular trading hour, and I'm just going to keep this simple, is that you look at the range for the low, and then you look at the range for the high overnight, and that sets your day. And 80% of the time the market's going to stay within that range, and you always look to short that range. There are a few exceptions. When I say short, I meant fade to range actually. But there are a few exceptions. So when we woke up this morning, and obviously there was news that made things even more complicated, is that they topped it overnight, and then it stayed in the range. But what it did do was, and it should have been a tell for me, but I was kind of frozen by the news, so I didn't really do too much other than when I woke up, I sold XIV that I had overnight, which was great. And then it stayed above the pivot, the VWAP, excuse me, here, and it hugged the pivot all day until the last hour of trading. And it started to get a bid. And then it went ahead and it broke the range. Now, typically, when it breaks the range like that, that's usually it. It falls back within, but it didn't. It just kept shooting up higher and higher. I shorted the breakout, and I should have probably known better because of the news. And I shorted it with a buy signal I had on VXX, and that promptly got blown out of the water, and then it just shot up and shot up until the close, and it closed at, really, if you look at this on a daily, which I'll go to in a second, just hit the top of the daily range for the year. And then I actually then waited for it to open, and once it opened, I went ahead and now I shorted the market with ES actually at 2117, because I think it was a mission accomplished, is out of the way now. And so the news is out of the way, and I think we're going to sell the news. But the lesson here is that the trade that most people take is if it breaks the range, you short the range and have it fall back into the range, but set your stop. And I had a 3% stop on VXX, and it blew me out of the water right away. And what I did do, though, for lesson number 2 is, let me go and show you the daily, which is just fascinating what they did. And it's another trade that I'll talk about in another video. Let me go over here, is this purple line here. This is the upper end of 70% of the volume of all the trades in the past 12 months. And I'll show you the bottom of the range. And that range is down here at 1955. So in the last year, 70% of all the trading volume was within this, roughly 170 point range. And so when it broke that range on the open here and start to come back, I would have shorted it higher if I was home, but I shorted it as soon as I got home. Is that now we're going to fall back into range, and I'm looking for the market now to fall all the way back down to this level here, which is kind of what they call a point of control, and that's kind of a magnet now to come back. And also I'll look for lower volume areas, which at this point there isn't any. And so the next logical place for it to go is to here, or just to blow to new highs. But I'm playing it short first to see if I get paid. And so now I'm watching to see if it falls back into the range from yesterday. If it falls back into the range from yesterday, then I will go ahead and see if it falls back to the low of the range. And if it does that, I'll see if it falls back to the point of control. And if I get a buy signal on it again after it falls, I'll I'll go ahead and close the trade out. I'll start trailing at those well. But anyway, I'm going to start giving these thoughts out every day. There's something to learn every day about the market, and I hope you enjoy this. If there's something that you don't like or you want me to have do differently, just put it in the comment section, and I'll try to be as responsive as I can. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye-bye.